It's time to kick off the action on Thanksgiving Day. Chicago's won 6 of the last 7 against Detroit as the Bears look to feast on the Lions once again. And it comes your way next.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the Chicago Bears.
As always, with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and CD, our two quarterbacks in this one, both in new situations here in 2021. Andy Dalton of the Bears, Jared Goff of the Lions.
And Brandon, I think for most of us, change can be a little bit scary, a little bit unsettling, but I think for both of these guys, change is going to be a good thing. They get a fresh start, clear out some of the negative thoughts, just go out, play football again. New situation.
It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. Jakeem Grant now to return.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. For the first time, here comes the Chicago Bear offense, led out by the veteran in his first season in Chicago, but 11th overall, the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. So a glance here at the key inactives, and there's other reasons, but this list, one of the reasons they've been struggling some this year.
And one that they won't make excuses with, but everyone knows that this is the key reason. Without these players, it's made it very difficult for them this season. They've battled, they've scrapped, but without those guys, hard to win games.
2 runs in a row, only 2 yards to show for it. This taken in by Jakeem Grant, and he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Montgomery running right.
Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the 4th century of the NFL. I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the turkey bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and come in and sit down to the feast and watch football. I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. A give. This is Montgomery. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Here's Dalton.
A throw left side taken in by Kmet.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. That's complete to Robinson.
Fields to the veteran Robinson for the Chicago first. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Escaping the pressure right. Stiff-armed him. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Justin Fields.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go. His first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last, because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. From his end zone, it's Corey Ballantyne. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here comes the new-look Lion offense here in 2021, led by their quarterback in his first season in Detroit after 5 in L.A., Jared Goff.
There's a toughness about Jared Goff that maybe he doesn't get enough credit for. His freshman year at Cal, team went 1-11. His rookie year with the Rams, he was 0-7 as a starter. Undaunted in either case, and has come back each and every time to flash the ability that made him the #1 overall pick in the draft when he came out of Cal.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle by Robert Quinn. Out of the gun, Goff.
He'll get this off to Swift.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Now Goff.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the Bears take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game.
And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you're playing on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He's going to go on top again, and unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach, and let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over in his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're going louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. Well, that's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on it. Hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense, as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot?
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Personal foul. This was roughing the pass defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even know
for them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Now the point after try for Santos. And it's good to make it 14-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
From his end zone, it's Corey Ballantyne. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Goff.
Open man is Raymond. He's got it.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
Bilal Nichols coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Here's Jack Fox now.
Standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Returnable for Grant. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Getting ready to go again. Here's Andy Dalton marching back onto the field. Yeah, they have had success on the ground, really as a team, doing well carrying the football. So maybe a little less pressure on his shoulders as the quarterback.
Any pressure he's carrying right now, that's self-inflicted, right? He's taking it on. He doesn't need to. Continue to do what you just said. Let everyone else carry the football. That's been effective. Don't have to worry about him throwing the ball in all the situations now. That's got to be a good feeling if he just relaxes and lets it keep coming to him.
Yeah, and relax and enjoy the second quarter lead right now. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Fields on 3rd down.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates.
You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, Those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
On first down, Goff. Open man is Quintez Cephas. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4. Goff, a handoff here to Swift. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Goff. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Brings up 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Goff. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd, Goff. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Bilal Nichols picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Austin Seibert on for the field goal. A 54-yard attempt.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Fields throw taken in by Grant. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So if they could win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Let's go.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And then nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete.
Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. But now it's 3rd down.
He'll get this underneath to Montgomery.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. A 43-yard attempt.
Santos' kick is up and through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
On the return, Corey Ballantyne.
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Another shot now for this Lions offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
You
down.
don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you can
called it.
go.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think
did.
you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4. This, the second meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
180.
So that challenge, a successful one. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Intended receiver there was Quintez Cephas, and it's 3rd down. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Ooh, with a juke. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well.
Oh, what a juke into space. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now a 1st down throw, Fields. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. Here's 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Passing, it's Dalton. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football.
We call that sack. Look.
Andy Dalton sacked.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. And off comes to Montgomery. And some room to roam now. And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Santos on for the field goal. A 54-yard attempt.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks so much. We'll get back to you and Charles in Detroit in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at what's following our 2 games later today. Some great games still to come. And I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there as they'll face off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Later in the afternoon, a lot of the country will be watching the game at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it'll be the Packers taking on the LA Rams. Then, on Sunday night, a big one in the AFC North to wrap up the holiday weekend. The Browns and the Ravens from Baltimore. That's all that needs to be said. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick.
And he returns this to the 22.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 20.
And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And he'll get about 3 as he takes us up near the 25.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Right back to Swift again on second down.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They were losers a week ago to Baltimore, but they lead things here as they start first and 10.
Here's Fields.
It's complete to Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
A nice throw there for the first down. And this is a big moment for this young man under center. You know, he's had a few months now to get acclimated to life in the NFL, but you got to think, a little extra pressure here, right, CD? I mean, you're getting the start on Thanksgiving in front of the national audience.
Especially since you and I both know he's watched this game since he was, 4, 5, 6 years old and dreamed of playing in it. In fact, his family sent us some of those videos of he and his family in the backyard playing their Turkey Bowl games themselves. So now he's going from the backyard to the big stage, and here he is.
41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
First down, Chicago.
On first and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And Graham on the ground. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Yeah, let's go.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Here's Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet.
And out of bounds right around the 20. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
5 yards on the play. And it's third down.
Here's Dalton. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a fourth down.
37-yard attempt.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. Now 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
First and 10 at their own 19.
And Detroit back in possession of the football. They're in a bit of a bind, a pretty big bind, down 20-0 as they start here on 1st and 10.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right. 3 down, 3 down.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a play fake, and it's gone. And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A play fake for Swift, now Goff. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Cephas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. When you think of guys that are built to be big-arm quarterbacks, Jared Goff, he fits that mold, and he showed it off right there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is Jakeem Grant. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now? Those extra plays, or plays they haven't run that are be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. What a catch there by Robinson. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, 79 yards. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, CD, when you combine accuracy with a big arm, you get throws like that. And Justin Fields may very well be making these kinds of plays at the pro level for years to come.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you can just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
They'll try and throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Now, after After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Ballantyne opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
On first down, it's Goff. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. DeAndre Swift, the intended receiver that time. That'll bring up second down. To throw is Goff.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And he's upended after a gain of 2. Play action now, Dalton. He finds his man, complete. It's Grant. And this effort will not get it done. Looking to throw again on second down. Goff.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a third down. Now Goff. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. Desperation time for Goff on fourth. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a on downs. First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
83 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. To throw is Fields. That is hauled in by Jimmy Graham. Touchdown Bears. Jimmy Graham. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Bears look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Ballantyne to return. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
A first play of the drive there is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch. And all the way down to the 12. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Goff. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. They didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy...
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
So Goff will lead his guys up to the line to go for the 2-point conversion. Goff looking to throw. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Montgomery, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 46-yard line.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery.
Well, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down. Carlos Santos on for the field goal. A 52-yard attempt.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Play action. It's Goff. And that is incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it looks like the Bears are going to win the football game. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
2nd and 11.
Montgomery. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for Chicago, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Lions, their woes continue as the record falls now to 1-10. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.